Close your eyes. Imagine sinking into a bed so soft, clothes like you're floating on clouds spun from moonlight. Fireplace glows, the world is silent, and tonight you are a billionaire. Not the stressed kind, but the peaceful kind, the one who's already done it all. This is your moment. Welcome to Legends Before Sleep. My name is Shawan, and tonight I'll be your guide into a dream wrapped in silk, warmed by candlelight and kissed by the stars. Let's drift into a life you've only imagined. Yours. A billionaire's night, not filled with noise or meetings, but peace. The world outside is quiet, not because it has to be, but because you chose it. Your home, a secluded modern castle nestled in the Swiss Alps, is blanketed in soft snow. Not a stormy kind, but that gentle, silent snow, the kind that muffles the world and soothes your soul. You stand barefoot on heated marble floors. The aroma of cedarwood and vanilla drifts from the candles flickering gently along the hallway. You don't rush. Billionaires don't rush. Every moment of your life is intentional, deliberate, calm. You pass by towering windows that stretch from floor to sky, the view of snowy pine trees glowing under the moon. And then you step into your sanctuary, your bedroom. The room is a symphony of comfort. Dark velvet drapes hug the walls. A fire crackles softly in the oversized stone hearth. The walls curve like a cocoon, embracing you in warmth and silence. There are no sharp corners here, just gentle, flowing shapes, like the architecture was sculpted by dreams. In the center is your bed. Oh, your bed. A king-size floating platform with a custom mattress so perfectly tuned to your body. It feels like it already knows your dreams. The sheets, Egyptian cotton infused with cashmere. The duvet, a cloud of Hungarian goose down, light but enveloping, warm without weight. You climb in slowly, each muscle in your body sighing with gratitude. You sink in, the kind of sinking that makes your mind go quiet. The world disappears. And then, the dreams begin. The fantasy dream. You close your eyes, and in your dream, you're not just a billionaire. You're a dream weaver, a traveler of magical realms. You're standing on the deck of your private yacht, but not in this world. This one floats through glowing skies, sails catching the breeze of 1,000 galaxies. Above you, lavender clouds and golden suns. Below, oceans made of stars. You wear robes of starlight, soft and flowing, and you sip from a cup that always tastes like your favorite childhood memory. The crew? Gentle beings who speak in musical tones, laughing like wind chimes. They ask where you'd like to go next, and you simply whisper, somewhere beautiful. In this world, your wealth is not gold, but serenity. Your riches, time, love, stillness, and wonder. And as you float through a sky painted by dreams, your heart feels impossibly light. You visit a floating city made of glass gardens. You walk barefoot on moss that glows with every step. You lie down in a field of silk-soft petals as invisible choirs sing lullabies in languages you never learned but somehow understand. Here, there's no past, no deadlines, no emails. Just now, just breath, just bliss. And in the distance, a soft voice calls out. It's your own voice from the future. Content, peaceful, smiling, whispering. Left double quotation mark. Back to the bedroom. You stir slightly. Not because you're awake, but because the blanket of sleep is hugging you tighter. The fireplace still glows. Snow still falls softly outside. But now, you're deeper. in that sacred space between waking and dreaming. A place where time drips like honey and nothing can touch you. You hear the soft hum of music from hidden speakers. No lyrics, just tones that melt tension from your shoulders. Your breathing slows. Your mind goes silent. You are safe. Tonight, you don't worry. You don't think. You just be. Because when you've climbed every mountain, helped every soul, and bought yourself every dream you've ever wanted, what's left? Peace, stillness, and a perfect night's sleep. You awaken in your dream, not in bed, but in a garden. Not just any garden. This is the garden of timelessness, a secret oasis nestled deep within your dream realm estate. Tall marble gates open with a fort, revealing a paradise no map can hold. The sky above is neither day nor night. It's always twilight, painted with shades of lavender, rose, and gold. Fireflies made of soft light hover in the air, humming with calming energy. Here, time doesn't pass. It pauses, so you can rest forever, if you wish. You walk barefoot along a soft moss path, surrounded by trees that glow gently from within, like they have moonlight in their veins. The air smells like jasmine, vanilla, and warm amber. As you move, your robe flows behind you, woven from stardust and silence. You are both royalty and guest, master and wanderer. Everything belongs to you, and yet, it still surprises you. In the center of the garden is your favorite place, a floating bed of woven vines and silk, suspended just above a pool of liquid starlight. You lie down, and it holds you like a memory, a dream within a dream. And then, something beautiful happens. The garden begins to breathe with you. With every inhale, the flowers bloom slightly larger. With every exhale, the trees sway as if exhaling with you. You're not just resting, you're sinking with the dream, becoming part of it. You close your eyes within the dream, and that's when the second layer begins. Now you are no longer a billionaire in a garden. Now you are a child of the cosmos. You drift through space, not cold or empty, but warm, inviting, familiar. You float past nebulae shaped like old memories, past stars that blink like lullabies. You pass a planet shaped like a piano key, where music is the wind. Another shaped like a heart, beating slow and calm. And then you reach it. The sanctuary moon, where only those who dream purely can enter. On this moon is a palace carved from pearl and glass. It hums when you walk through it. You're greeted by beings of light, guardians of rest, who bow gently and offer you a gift. A silver box containing your most peaceful thought. You open it, and it glows. Not bright, but soft. And in that glow, you see yourself, sleeping peacefully, smiling, wrapped in warmth. A reminder that even in dreams, you are held. Back to the garden, you awaken, still lying in the floating bed in the garden of timelessness. You feel full, not of food or drink. The stars above sparkle just a little brighter now, but of quiet, of stillness, a type of fullness that only comes from being completely enough. You rest your head on a pillow made from plowed linen, and the last breeze of the night whispers through the leaves. You are home. You are safe. You are free. The garden fades like mist in the morning, and now you find yourself standing at the edge of an ocean that doesn't roar, but whispers. It's twilight again. Always twilight in your dreams. The sky is brushed in peach and indigo, and the sea glows faintly like it's lit from below. The air is warm, soft as a lover's exhale. Ahead of you, resting on a quiet, private shore, your villa. Not made of stone or brick, but curved white wood and glass, open to the breeze, perched above the water on quiet stilts. It looks like it was carved from a seashell, and lit from the inside with starlight. You walk toward it barefoot, feeling the warm, silken sand beneath your feet. Each step massaging your soles like memory foam made by nature. Inside, your villa hums with stillness. No lights needed. The glow of the sea fills every space. The floor is smooth wood. The scent of coconut and lemon drifts gently in the air. Every piece of furniture is curved and soft, made for lounging, not posture. And in the center of it all, your bed. This bed isn't just a place to sleep. It's a raft, floating slightly above the ground, anchored by nothing but peace. It rocks ever so gently, in sync with the waves, even though it's inside. It's a raft, floating slightly above the ground, anchored by nothing but peace. It rocks ever so gently, in sync with the waves, even though it's inside. You climb in, and immediately, you're surrounded by silken sheets cool to the touch, yet perfectly warm against your skin. There are no edges, no corners, just smoothness, like being wrapped in a soft whisper. And above you, the ceiling is glass, revealing a sky full of slow-moving clouds that shimmer like fish beneath the surface of dreams. The water's secret. Just as your eyes start to close, the sea outside your villa begins to speak. Not in words, but in rhythms. Gentle laps of water against the stilts, a deeper pulse far beneath, like a heart. You realize the ocean knows you. It remembers every version of you, young, old, tired, triumphant, and it accepts them all. It sings to you, not a song, but a memory of a time before stress. You fall asleep inside the dream, and now you are floating. Not on water, not in space, but in pure feeling. A soft current carries you through underwater tunnels of glowing coral and sleepy dolphins. The fish don't swim past, they glide like memories. And you glide with them, deeper into your own subconscious. You arrive at an underwater garden, a place that can't exist, and yet it does. Before phones, before even thought, a time when you were simply being. Long curtains of seaweed sway like lullabies. Tiny glowing creatures hum like music boxes. And in the middle of the garden, there's a chair carved from blue pearl. You sit, and suddenly, your mind lets go. No thoughts, no noise. Just this. Being. Breathing. Floating. Floating. Back to the villa, you awaken slowly. Back in the ocean villa. Still in your bed. Still wrapped in the warmth of everything soft. The waves are quieter now. The wind slower. You turn slightly in bed, your pillow adjusting like it's alive, always knowing exactly how to cradle your head. Everything smells like home. Not the home from childhood, or even now, but a home you've only felt in dreams, the one where your soul lives. Your eyes are heavy, the kind of heavy that feels delicious, and as you slip into sleep again, you hear it, a voice, distant and kind. You don't have to do anything anymore, just rest. Everything else can wait. The library of forgotten dreams. This isn't a library with dust or silence. It breathes. The ceilings rise into forever. Spiraling bookshelves float in mid-air, slowly rotating on invisible currents. The lighting isn't from chandeliers or lamps. It comes from the dreams themselves, each one glowing gently inside crystal-bound tomes. Soft, celestial music plays, not from speakers, but from the books themselves. They hum with every dream that's ever been imagined and then forgotten. This library belongs to you. It was built in your honor, by the dreaming part of your soul that never sleeps. You walk down the center aisle, and the books begin to notice you. Some flutter their pages open as you pass, showing flashes of dreams you had long ago. The first time you imagined flying, that strange but beautiful city in the clouds, the dream where you spoke with the moon and she answered you in poems. You smile. You thought these dreams were lost, but they were only waiting for you to return. At the heart of the library is a reading room unlike any other. A circular platform floats in a void of stars. Around it, massive bookshelves arc like a protective dome. At the center is your chair. Not just any chair, it's shaped like a throne and a nest combined. Pillowy, warm, and curved perfectly to hold you without effort. You sit, and the chair hugs you back. Not tightly, just enough to say, "You're home now." A glowing librarian made of light appears. It has no face, but its presence is kind, gentle, like someone who has watched over you forever. It speaks in a soft, bell-like tone, left double quotation mark, and you fall into the pages. Inside the dream, now you are walking through a lush forest where the leaves shimmer like glass and the wind carries laughter from lifetimes ago. You pass floating lanterns that light up the path beneath your bare feet. You reach a glade filled with swings hanging from invisible threads. You sit on one. You smile and whisper, "Surprise me." And from the endless spiral shelves, a book floats gently into your lap. It opens, and you fall into the pages. Inside the dream, now you are walking through a lush forest where the leaves shimmer like glass and the wind carries laughter from lifetimes ago. You pass floating lanterns that light up the path beneath your bare feet. Friends, friends, I love you. I love you. No, I love you. Sure. You reach a glade filled with swings hanging from invisible threads. You sit on one, and immediately the swing begins to glide, not back and forth, but upward, slowly lifting you toward a glowing canopy of stars. You feel yourself rising, not just through the air, but through layers of self. You pass by moments of joy you didn't know you remembered. The first time you felt truly safe. The moment someone made you laugh without trying. The quiet sigh of a peaceful day. And with every inch upward, your body becomes lighter, your thoughts softer, your heart quieter. Back to the library, you gently descend back into the nest chair. The book closes softly. The librarian of light bows and disappears, but not before placing one glowing finger on your forehead, soft as thin silk. As it wraps around you, your muscles release tension you didn't even know you were holding. The first room is an open-air pool. The water glows a soft turquoise, surrounded by gentle steam that curls into shapes, flowers, feathers, clouds. You step into the water. It's the perfect temperature, like warm velvet flowing around you. And as you float, your thoughts begin to float away too. The worries, the noise, even your name. Here, you don't need to be anyone. You just need to rest. Time stretches. The sky above shifts from twilight to midnight, then dawn, then back again, all in silence. The clouds drift slowly past, never rushing, never bumping. Even the stars seem to move slower here. After your soak, you're led to the next space, a starlight massage chamber where the floor is made of soft, warm grass. You lie face down on a floating table that adjusts itself automatically to the perfect position. Gentle hands, made of air and light, begin to press and stretch your back. They don't just knead muscles, they untangle energy, memories, overthinking. With every exhale, you let go of something. And with every inhale, you remember how light you can be. Now, it's time for the final room, the sound bath dome. You lie down on a soft reclining cloud that hums gently as you settle in. Above you, Hundreds of floating glass orbs begin to chime. Not music, exactly, but pure tones, like droplets of sound that fall into your soul. They wash over you in waves, some deep, like the sound of distant thunder, others high and bright, like sunlight reflecting off crystal. Each one calms a different part of you, your thoughts, your emotions, even your breath, until all that's left is stillness, the kind that lingers. You lie there for what feels like a year, or maybe just a moment. Time, here, is a concept your body no longer recognizes. Eventually, a quiet voice floats toward you, gentle, almost a breath. Left double quotation mark. You are allowed to feel this good, and you don't need to earn it. The glass dome above opens slowly, revealing a sea of stars. And just as your eyelids grow heavier, the stars begin to pulse softly, not blinking, but breathing. With you, in perfect rhythm. You fall asleep again, inside the dream. And now, it's deeper than ever. You are no longer drifting through the dream. You are the dream. Soft, boundless, eternal. You awaken slowly, not startled, just aware. Soft weight, still on your body. Peace, still in your breath. The dream has not ended. It has simply changed tracks. Beneath you, the gentle rumble of motion. You're on a train, but not one bound by land or tracks. You open your eyes and see stardust outside the windows. Planets drift past slowly, glowing in hues of lavender and gold. You are moving, not through space or time, but through stillness itself. The celestial train to nowhere, a journey without destination. Because sometimes the rest is in the ride, not the arrival. You sit in a private cabin built just for you. The walls are padded in deep velvet, dark navy with hints of shimmer, like the night sky woven into fabric. A fire flickers gently in a small marble hearth at your feet. There's a cashmere blanket over your lap, and a teacup floating beside you, suspended by soft magnetic drift. You sip. The taste is familiar, not a specific flavor, but a feeling. The taste of safety, of home, of warmth wrapped in memory. Outside the window, the train passes surreal landscapes. Forests of glass trees, oceans made of mist, mountains that float like ships in the sky. You feel no need to name them, just to watch them pass. This is the first time in a long time that watching is enough. An attendant knocks gently on your door. You follow. The hallway leads to the Dream Lounge car, a vast, open space with windows on all sides. There are no ceilings, just the ever-shifting cosmos above. Soft couches curve like crescents along the perimeter. Floating candles light the room, but they don't burn. They glow from within, like they've remembered something beautiful and are smiling about it. Other dreamers sit in silence, some reading books that write themselves, others sipping drinks that reflect scenes from their memories. But no one speaks. There's no need. Here, silence is not emptiness. It is fullness, without sound. You choose a couch shaped like a half moon and lie down. It cradles your body perfectly. The material shifts and adjusts beneath you until you are weightless. A soft vibration begins beneath your spine. Not a massage, just the hum of contentment. You close your eyes, and the train continues forward, effortlessly. You begin to dream again, a dream within the dream. In this deeper place, you're standing alone on a glowing platform, suspended in the night. Far above, stars swirl slowly, like galaxies dancing just for you. Then, a soft voice, not from outside, but from within, says, left double quotation mark, as if they, too, are preparing to sleep. You drift, softly. The train doesn't slow, It doesn't rush. It moves at the speed of stillness. And as you float in your bed, on the train, in the dream, you realize you are not leaving anything behind. You are not moving toward anything. You are simply being. Nowhere to go, nothing to be, nowhere to arrive, because peace is already here. The soft rhythm of the celestial train begins to fade, like a lullaby finishing its final note. You don't feel it stop. You simply arrive. The door to your cabin opens without sound. A gentle breeze curls in, cool, pine sweet, and quiet. You step outside and find yourself at the edge of a forest. A forest unlike any other. It is not dark. It is silver, lit only by a full, pearlescent moon hanging low in the sky. Not a cold moon, but a warm, gentle one that watches you like an old friend. This is the moonlit forest of sleeping creatures. And tonight, you will walk through it, quietly, softly. As one of them, your bare feet press into the softest moss you've ever known, like velvet spun from dreams. The trees are tall and slender, their leaves glowing faintly with light from within. You touch one gently. It hums, just a little. Everything here seems to breathe with you. You walk slowly. There is no rush. Here, time isn't something you chase. It drifts like pollen through the air. Around you, the forest is filled with peaceful sleepers. You pass a curled-up fox, its tail glowing like a golden flame. A family of deer rests beneath a giant tree, their antlers twined with stars. A giant owl, with feathers like parchment, snoozes silently above, one eye just slightly open, as if keeping watch over your peace. None of them stir as you pass. They feel you, and they know you belong here. A traveler of quiet places, a soul that seeks the hush. In the center of the forest is a glade where moonlight pools like water. There, you find a resting place, a giant nest made of woven silver branches and soft, slow-moving moss, pillows made from clouds, still warm from the dreams of birds. You step inside. It sighs beneath you. Not the sound of strain, the sound of welcome. You lie back, and everything stops. No sound, no thought, no need. Above you, the stars whisper to each other in languages too ancient to worry. The moon lowers slightly, as if it too is growing sleepy, and the trees bend just a little closer to cradle you better. And then, something magical happens. The sleeping creatures begin to dream together. A soft pulse radiates through the forest. Not loud, not dramatic, just harmony. A rhythm of collective rest. You feel it in your chest. A deep thrum, like the universe saying, left double quotation mark. In your ears, nothing but your heartbeat, your breath, and the hush of an entire forest asleep. No tension, no effort, just you, the moss, the stars, and 1,000 breathing dreams. You are the dream now. Floating, resting, held, the moonlit forest fades gently behind you. Its glowing trees, the warm breath of sleeping animals, the soft hum of their dreams, all dissolve into mist. Not gone, just quieted, as if the dream is turning a page. You feel it before you see it. A vast stillness ahead. The kind that doesn't just hush sound, it hushes thought. And then you arrive. Before you stands a temple, carved from smooth, glowing stone. No lights, no guards, just presence. This is the temple of eternal silence. It was not built, it formed, over centuries of stillness, layered upon stillness. And now it exists beyond sound, a young time, a place that only welcomes those who are ready to lay down everything, even the self. You step through its open gate. Immediately, the world softens. Even your breath becomes quieter. Your heartbeat slows, not because you're trying, but because this place invites it to. The floor beneath you is warm, a soft marble, cool at first, then adjusting to your body's rim. It lights up gently as you walk, but not in colors, not even in white. It glows in stillness. Here, even light is at rest. You are guided, though no one appears. It's as if the temple knows where you need to go, and it brings you to the sanctum of stillness, a circular room, open to the sky. Above, an endless void of stars. Below, a perfectly round cushion made of memory foam and cloud dust molded to your exact shape. Before you even sit, you lower yourself onto it. You don't fall. You float downward, gently, like sleep arriving before you're ready. And when you land, the silence deepens. You begin to notice things you've never heard before. Not noise, but the absence of it. No thoughts tugging at you. No lists, no questions, no echoes of the day. Just the deep, perfect hush of being. The temple begins to speak, not in words, in understanding. You feel it in your body, left double quotation mark. Not to be still, not to be calm. You already are. And in that moment, your muscles unlock. Your chest loosens. Your mind finally lets go. The stars above begin to drift. Not fast, not dramatic. They spiral slowly, in sacred patterns, symbols only the resting heart can read. One star pulses in rhythm with your breath. Another hums a lullaby in a tone too low for the ears, but perfect for the soul. And then you hear the final silence, the one beneath all things, not quiet, not empty, but complete. You lie back on the cushion, which rises slightly to cradle your head, your knees, your spine, as if this temple was built around the way your body rests best. And then it dissolves. Not the structure, but your sense of needing anything more. You are whole. You are weightless. You are nothing, and that is everything. The wind brushes your cheek, a wind made of sleep, not air. And it carries the final whisper of the night. You don't need noise to feel alive. You don't need motion to feel progress. All you need is this: still, safe, silent, and at last, asleep. The silence of the temple still lingers, not as a memory, but as part of you now. Stillness lives in your breath. Calm lives in your spine. And peace no longer feels like a place to visit, but something you carry with you. And now, the dream shifts one final time. A soft doorway appears in the sky, made of silk, emotion, and starlight. You step through it, weightless, effortless, and you arrive in a garden. But not just any garden. This is the garden of lost emotions. A place built to hold what we forget, what we bury, what we outgrow, and what we secretly miss. The path beneath your feet is made of warm glass pebbles that gently glow. Each step lights a different color, a different feeling. Joy, grief, hope, loneliness, love, wonder, relief. They're not overwhelming here, just soft reminders, gently returning. asking nothing, only to be seen and perhaps released. You walk among trees that bear no fruit, only memories. You touch one, and the leaves shimmer. A childhood laugh returns to your ears. Another tree, the feeling of being held by someone who loved you when you didn't know how to ask for it. A soft breeze passes, and you smell the scent of something familiar. A moment long ago, a time when you felt truly, deeply safe. At the heart of the garden is a reflecting pool. It is not made of water, but of you. You kneel beside it and see your reflection. Not your face, but your feelings. All of them, held gently in the surface like petals. There's no judgment here, no fixing, only acceptance. You gaze at this version of yourself, not powerful, not wealthy, not anything, but true. And the pool says, in silence, left, double quotation mark, just presence. And around you, the garden begins to bloom. Petals opening from every feeling you've ever let go. They rise, they spin slowly upward, like fireflies in slow motion. They become stars. And as you sit, watching your past become light, you realize you are ready to wake up, not to the noise of the world, but to yourself. Not the billionaire, not the dreamer, but the soul who has rested deeply, fully, and freely. The garden begins to fade, not disappear, just retreat into memory. But something stays. A small flower, grown from peace, held gently in your hand. You don't need to remember how you got it. You just need to remember you earned it. By resting, by dreaming, by letting go. The flower from the garden of lost emotions rests softly in your hand. It doesn't wither. It doesn't weigh anything. It simply exists. A living reminder of everything you've released and everything you've become. You stand up. There is no resistance in your body, only ease. The garden begins to fade around you now, not vanishing, but folding itself gently into memory, like a favorite book closed after the final chapter. The stars blink slower, the sky melts into deep blue, and a soft path appears beneath your feet. It doesn't lead forward, it leads inward, and as you walk, you realize something beautiful. The dream was never somewhere else. It was always you. You pass through every place you've rested. The ocean villa, the library of forgotten dreams, the floating spa in the sky, the celestial train, the sleeping forest, and the temple of silence. Each one nods at you, silently, like guardians, like old friends who were never meant to stay, but were always meant to guide. Finally, you reach a door, plain, simple, glowing just slightly at the edges. You don't open it. It opens itself, just as your heart opens now, just as your mind releases one last layer of holding. And you step through. You are home. Not in a mansion, not in a palace, but in your bed. The one you're truly in. And suddenly, you feel the blankets around your body again. You feel your breath, so slow now, so calm. You feel your weight sinking, resting, melting. And there is no need to go anywhere else. Because this is the final destination. Peace, stillness. You, thank you for dreaming with me tonight. You've traveled far, through stars and temples, forests and sky spas, only to arrive in the place you were always meant to be, here, resting, fully. This was the billionaire's dream. And I'm Shawan, your storyteller tonight. If your eyes are still open, Let them close now. If your thoughts still linger, let them soften. You've earned this stillness. You've earned this sleep. And I'll be right here next time you return to the dream. Good night from Legends Before Sleep.